Hello, good morning. I'm Dorothy Kwamboka and I'll be taking you through the civilization in the Great Zimbabwe Empire. Yeah, and when we talk about the Great Zimbabwe, this is a ruined city which is in the southern hills of Zimbabwe near Lake Mutirikwe and the town of Masivingo. This Great Zimbabwe is the largest stone structure in the pre-colonial Southern Africa, which was during the country's Iron Age. It is the largest stone structure in the Southern Africa during the pre-colonial Southern Africa during the country's the Zimbabwe's Iron Age, that period of the Iron Age. Then the monument constructions in the Great Zimbabwe began in the 11th century and continued in the 15th century. These monumental buildings, they are structures which are built for remembrance or for commemoration. So these buildings, these monument constructions began in the 11th century and continued in the 15th century, which has been believed it has been believed that it has been serving as a royal palace for the local monarch. These monument constructions have been serving as a royal palace for the local monarch, hence to be used as a political power. It was to be used as a political power in the Great Zimbabwe Empire. Then, among these buildings, they had a prominent feature, they had a prominent feature, which was the walls of these buildings were 5 meters high, something which was not that common. Then this 5 meters high building wall was not common in those times in Great Zimbabwe, so it was just a prominent feature to these monument constructions that were being built. Then the most popular modern archaeological theory is that the edifices were erected by the ancestral Shona. These buildings were being erected by the ancestral Shona. Then the ruins of the Great Zimbabwe are the second oldest structures in the Southern Africa after Mapungubwe. These monument constructions are the second oldest structures in Great Zimbabwe in South Africa after Mapungubwe. Mapungubwe was the first one, then it was followed by these ruins at the Great Zimbabwe. Here we have a person called David Beach. David Beach believes that the city and its states of Zimbabwe flourished from 1200 to 1500, and its growth has been linked to the decline of Mapungubwe at around 1300 due to the climatic changes. David Beach, he believes that the city and its state of Zimbabwe, it flourished from 1200 to 1500, and this growth of Great Zimbabwe led to the decline of Mapungubwe at around 1300 due to climatic changes. These climatic changes might be either drought, floods, led to that decline of Mapungubwe. Then the archaeological evidence suggests that the Great Zimbabwe this archaeological evidence suggests that the Great Zimbabwe became a center for trading, with a trading link to Kilwa, Kisiwana. Also, it was extended to China. The archaeological evidence, here we get that the Great Zimbabwe became a trading center which had traded links. Like it had a link from Kilwa to Kisiwani, and also it was being extended to China. And majorly the goods that were being traded are ivory and gold in those times. Then also another archaeological evidence is that a high degree of social stratification with poorer residents living outside of the city. Chinese pottery, shards, coins from Arabia, glass beads and other non-local items were being excavated. These Chinese pottery, coins from Arabia, beads, shards, and other non-local items were being excavated in Great Zimbabwe. And we have some courses. That suggested we have some courses which led to the decline and abandonment of the Great Zimbabwe. And cause number one which led to this decline, it can be exhaustion of gold mines. This gold, okay, it was being mined until it became exhausted from that place where it was being mined. And also you have political instability. The country itself was not politically stable to manage or to run its resources and things, whatever. And also we have decline in trade. Trade declined. Either we can say that after this gold has been exhausted, they lacked things to sell, which led to the decline. And as I explained earlier, the main major goods that were being traded are gold and ivory. So here we have come to realize that the among these causes which led to the decline and abandonment of the Great Zimbabwe city is that the exhaustion of gold mines, meaning these gold mines, after they are being exhausted and it was the major good to be sold, it led to a decline of trade. They had nothing to sell. And also the climatic changes led to decline of the Great Zimbabwe city. These climatic changes might be either floods, drought, famine, yeah, also led to the decline of that city. And in the early 11th century, Mapungubwe people are believed to have settled on the Zimbabwe plateau. There they would have established the kingdom of Zimbabwe at around 1220. In the 11th century, these Mapungubwe people are believed to have settled on the Zimbabwe plateau, and there they would establish the kingdom of Zimbabwe at around 1220. And the person by the name Nyasimba Mutota from Great Zimbabwe, he established his dynasty at Chitakochongonya Hill. This Nyasimba Mutota established his dynasty at Chitakochongonya Hill, and the land that he conquered would become the kingdom of Mutapa. The land that this Nyasimba Mutota has conquered after his settling his dynasty at Chitakochongonya Hill, this land that he has conquered would become the Mutapa kingdom. It would become the land for Mutapa kingdom. And within a generation, while Mutapa became more noticeable than Great Zimbabwe. And after after this Nyasimba Mutota has settled his dynasty at the Chitakochongonya Hill, this man conquered the land in Zimbabwe, and this land, after generation while, it became more noticeable, well known than the Great Zimbabwe itself. The Great Zimbabwe, which was the mother of that city, of that place, which was this Mutapa kingdom, this Mutapa became well known. And by year 1450, the capital of the most Zimbabwe kingdom was being abandoned. By 1450, this Mutapa kingdom, this Mutapa city, this Mutapa country has been abandoned now. And after it was being abandoned, two major bases emerged, where we have the one was to the north of Zimbabwe and the one to the south. The one to the north is Kingdom Mutapa, which carried on and improved on Zimbabwe administrative structures, and it changed it totally. Even you can't know that it was the Zimbabwe that was being known. And to the south, we have the Kingdom of Butua. The Butua kingdom was established as a smaller but was nearly identical version to the Zimbabwe. Yeah, after 1450, when Zimbabwe was being abandoned, the Zimbabwe kingdom was being abandoned, and you have seen that two major bases have emerged now after this abandonment, and the one was to the north. This to the north is Kingdom Mutapa. This Kingdom Mutapa, it carried on, it improved, it made more changes upon the Zimbabwe administrative structures and changed this Zimbabwe totally, and nobody can know that it was Zimbabwe because they have done more improvements, they have changed everything. But to the south, where uh, the Kingdom Butua was being established, it didn't do much changes. It was just a smaller, but was nearly identical to the version of Zimbabwe. So I can conclude that this Zimbabwe, I think it was just by these people is when it was being abandoned. Like this person called Nyasimba Mutota. Nyasimba Mutota, I think after settling his dynasty at Chitakochongonya Hill, meaning this person had an aim of taking this land, had an aim of establishing his own kingdom in this Zimbabwe land. So after this was in his mind. After he has established his dynasty at Chitakochongonya, and he had conquered this land. He made this land to be the kingdom of Mutapa, whereby by the year 1450, this Zimbabwe kingdom was being abandoned and two major bases emerged, as I have said, which to the north was the kingdom of Mutapa, which was being established by this Nyasimba Mutota, as I think, and to the south was kingdom of Butua. Thank you. I hope you can understand what I'm trying to talk about.